It's the nature of the beast. You take electronics like that and you put it in a superheated environment, and then you run it like that every day. The lifespan goes down. There's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong. So you have to understand that most of the saunas are shipped in boxes that are on vertical edge, which means they're on a 2x8, a 2 foot wide by 8 foot long pallet on edge. It'll be a series of 3 or 4 boxes. Usually they're banded together. There is some flexing in shipping. Sometimes you can have a piece that's damaged, or there's some pressure put on them. It also depends on how delicate or rough the delivery driver is with them. If they just jam a forklift or pallet jack and shove them up against the wall of the box truck or the semi, or in the warehouse, they get bumped and things like that. You can have damage from time to time. Generally, it's not that bad. Usually, if anything is wrong with it at all, or if a piece is tweaked, the company can just send you a replacement piece and you're off and running, good to go. A quality company will do that for you, no charge, overnight you the piece, you'll have it. A lot of times there's cosmetic damage, but in the meantime, you can still put the sauna together and use it, so you're not out of sauna experience. But 9 times out of 10, there's no issues with them at all. When there is an issue, usually it's big. Usually it'll be like the guy with the forklift stabbed the side of the box with the forks and it shattered the glass and put holes in every single wall because they're stacked vertically in there. So if you get one stab with the forks,
clean through it.
You got a 5,000 pound forklift
Yep.
against a 500 pound box, no chance. That's not very common. You hear about it and you see it, but if you think about it, how many hundreds of people are getting saunas every day? Very few, have shattered glass. We talk about that in the install videos, how you want to remove the cellophane and check. If there's a hole in the box, you want to look and inspect. If there is anything wrong with them, you want to reject the shipment, send it back, because then it's on the freight company to make it good rather than you, right? So you want to just, sorry, not up to par. You guys beat the heck out of this thing.
On assembly, what are some issues that go wrong?
This one that I can see off camera, you probably can't see it. That one there, if you follow the instructions to a T, the glass actually doesn't fit in the wall slot with the weather stripping piece that they provide without you killing yourself and damn near breaking it. So when you call them and say, hey, they're like, oh, well, you don't have to use the weather stripping. Very, very frustrating. It would be nice if they would modify install instructions or maybe mention that ahead of time. You thinking that it has to go together that way and you're trying to force it in there, the chance of you breaking the glass, it goes up, and you didn't even know it was an option not to use the weather stripping. Plus, I kind of find that a flawed concept in a way, because why supply weather stripping if it really doesn't fit in the groove the way it's supposed to? And then I feel like I'm using a product that could be better, but now I'm putting it together in a subpar way. I find that to be annoying. These are wood products. People that don't do woodworking or haven't done construction a lot of times don't understand the nuance of wood expands and contracts. Wood changes temperature based on humidity, actual temperature that it's been exposed to for a time. Meaning if it's shipped across the country from 30-degree weather to 80-degree weather, there's an adjustment period. So sometimes when you fit pieces together, like if you put 2 walls together and there's a channel where they connect, or maybe there's a routed groove or something like that, and it's supposed to fit together super tight, and your experience is that it's not going together right. A lot of times it's just off a little bit, or if it's expanded and contracted, or it needs a chance, or it needs a little finagling. You kind of have to not get rough with it where you're going to break it, but you got to put a little weight into it. What else? Breaking the glass. Sometimes people break the glass in a couple different ways. It depends on the type of sauna. A lot of times they will pick up the front wall where the glass is on hinges. Sometimes, it depends on the company, sometimes the glass door is taped shut. Sometimes that tape can come off or come loose. But basically, it depends on how you carry the panels. But if you carry them vertically, when you grab a hold of the panel and the door doesn't open toward you, it opens away from you. If you tilt the top out, the door can swing open and smack whatever is there. So if it happens to smack something like the corner of a wall, as you're carrying it through a hallway or something like that. People smash the door. The other way is if two people are carrying it and you lay it down, if you don't have the hinge side up, if you have the hinge side down, so you're carrying it like this, the same thing will happen. The door will flip open and smack the ground and just shatter.
Okay.
Right? It doesn't always break, but the chances of it happening are really high. The biggest thing is, if you're carrying a front wall or you're carrying a piece with glass in it and it has a hinge, make sure that the hinge side is away from gravity. Can you see this sauna in the camera frame? Mm-hmm. When you're putting together a sauna that has an all glass front or something like that, sometimes stabilizing the glass pieces as you're attaching the mounts or supports, people break those sometimes.
So using a sauna, the usability of it, it's going to vary a lot, because I see saunas in here, I see saunas that you have that you're like, this thing is bulletproof. Mm-hmm. And then I see saunas that you have that you're like, this thing...
Why aren't you saying this?
I am.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always on. Okay. Unless you say something really important, then I shut it off. I see some that are like really like bulletproof, like the Radiant Healths or whatever. Mm-hmm. Those, pretty solid. Mm-hmm. But there are other ones that you have that are... they seem pretty brittle. What's a common thing that you see break? Are you seeing handles break? Are you seeing... I know the tile and the floor in there broke, but that was you. What's a common thing that you're seeing have issues? Are there electrical issues?
Usually the tile never breaks, by the way. It's because I dropped that camera thing on it. Like on brand new stuff, mm-hmm. The electronic tablets, those go out. It's the nature of the beast. You take electronics like that and you put it in a superheated environment and then you run it like that every day. The lifespan goes down dramatically. It depends on the company. It's different for every single company, but the ones with the tablets in them, a lot of times the tablet will go out or the functionality won't work correctly. In other companies that don't have tablets, but they have smartphone controllers, sometimes the connectivity is an issue. I don't know if that's necessarily something that breaks. I don't think they really work right from the factory day one a lot of the time.
Okay.
There's limitations on them, like if you don't have the right style of network, it won't connect reliably, meaning... you know,
like 2G, 4G, stuff like that, or 5G or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, they won't work with dual band routers or things like that. And then they don't put hardware in them that allows for remote firmware updates. And I don't know if some people will get that, but all the techies will. There's no way to update the firmware of the hardware that's in a system like that. Then you're kind of dead in the water when it becomes outdated. I don't like that some companies are selling products that are basically outdated the day that you buy it, and also can't be updated remotely in the future with new devices that come out or new methods of control. So if you wanted to integrate that into your schedule or your house controller or your mobile phone device or something, there's no guarantee that that's going to work 3 years from now. And they're having issues with them working the day you buy it. So in my opinion, that's something that, I don't know if you call it something that breaks.
I think the biggest thing that goes wrong in my mind that could like actually impact somebody is the customer service. I see that being a real problem. If I'm going to own a sauna for 5 years and I pay $7,000 for it, I want, if something's not working and I call customer service and they say we'll get back to you and it's been a month, I'm going to be pissed. I want to know that if something goes wrong with it, I can at least get an answer. I don't need them to fix it. I just need an answer on what's going on. And so I think that that's a big thing. I mean, maybe you could speak on that.
Some companies are set up with like an online ticket portal system where you have to go on the website and log in and then submit a ticket. And then you communicate back and forth via email. That's how they do some of their support requests with technical diagnostics and things like that. That can be really frustrating, especially if there's a delay in response times. You know, if you're having to wait 2 days in between every response for that, it takes a long time to get things rectified. For me personally, I prefer companies that you can call and have, you know, same day response or at least next day. I don't like ticket systems. I don't want to do stuff like that. Some people it doesn't bother them, but if I had like a major issue, I wouldn't want to rely on that, take 2 weeks to get anything done or to have like some type of resolvable outcome planned at least. If you can't call and get somebody reliably, I mean, that's definitely an issue. There's a lot of companies like that. They tout this great lifetime warranty and all the parts and all this stuff, but wait till you have an issue. Usually you get better service at the companies that don't rely so heavily on using that as a marketing piece. Yeah, I mean, it can be a problem you encounter. I don't know if it's like something that goes wrong with them, just the company ethics or the mode of operation, how they choose to run their business or whatever. Misusing the product. following bad advice on setting it up, damaging it by not protecting the sauna correctly. People that just sit on the bench and sweat into the wood, look at their sauna a year and a half later, it's completely destroyed. They've got nasty, oily, sebaceous type sweat in their grooves of their bench. You know, they're not putting down towels, they're not washing their towels after every session, they're not putting towels on the floor, so you get all this sweat that drips off your body, accumulates into the wood, there's no way to get it out. Those people are literally damaging, and it's nasty if you've ever seen what the wood looks like. But so following bad advice, not doing sauna towels, not talking about laundering them, doing the laundry the right way, and separating their stuff. I want to say like user error, damaging the product prematurely, but a lot of times it's not their fault. They weren't educated correctly, or they've never done this before, or the people that sold them the product never told them, or they didn't make it known in such a way to where it's stuck in their mind, like, hey, don't let the kids, you know, turn the sauna on, go sweat all over it, and then take Kool-Aid in there and spill it all over the dang thing. You could sand the wood a little bit, but it's never going to be exactly the same. And it's a lot of work. You could have avoided that by just setting it up correctly. So basically, the biggest things that I see go wrong with saunas are, you know, every once in a while, any brand can get damaged in shipping. Shouldn't scare you. The company will make it right if you're buying from a reputable company. Second thing is, you know, picking out saunas that have electronics that have known failure points, whether that be connectivity issues or actual parts of the sauna that have premature failures. And you can see in reviews and all this stuff from the last 6 months, 12 months, where people experience this often. And then assembly, I mean, they can figure that out from watching the assembly videos. If you watch a couple of the tutorials, you really get a decent idea. Biggest thing though is just protect your sauna. You have this investment, and you're going to have it for a while if you take care of it. So if you take care of it, it'll take care of you.
So if there's something that you like from today's video, or you're looking for more resources, at CertifiedSaunas.com on the homepage, there's recommended sauna resources. If you're looking for a brand, a size, a model, reviews, installation videos on how to put them together. We have step-by-step tutorials that show you how to receive a sauna, how to prep your house for it. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you so you don't have to wade through 4 hours of YouTube video to find the exact thing that you're looking for. But a lot of times in these episodes, I'll mention sauna hats, sauna accessories, different types of electrolyte supplements. If you want to put an infrared sauna in a cold basement or unheated garage, there's accessories or additional supplemental heat that you can add to it. If you continue down, you'll find everything that you're looking for that we've mentioned today. In addition to CertifiedSaunas.com, you can go to the Facebook group, which is the Certified Sauna community on Facebook. It's our sauna group. There's no hardcore pitching. There's thousands of members in there that offer really, really, really good advice. I learn from them every day. I'm also contributing and answering questions in there every day. In addition to that, you can go to the Amazon store. A lot of people have requested on where to buy sauna towels, sauna hats, different various supplements, minerals, electrolytes. Now we have all this in one place on various lists on this Amazon store. So you can go to this one link and everything will be right there for you. See you in the next video.